Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Quick news update for you. Um, let's say hello to everybody and we'll get right into it. We have Snafu, what's up, buddy? Belandris, hello. Dog Mama, hello. And Shenny, hello. So, uh, this was rather shocking to come out. We'll start with the video, then we will go to an article about what happened, and then we'll finish up and maybe play the video once more. So the speculators are saying stroke. I'm not a doctor, but I kind of agree. So this is the Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, and he's given a press conference after a hearing in the United States Senate. This man is 81 years old, and I think we need some new blood in our leadership. We have way too much of this, where we have leaders who are in their 80s, and to be honest, they don't have much grounding them to other generations, and many of the other generations are losing interest in politics because of it. So, you can't get into politics unless you're the boomer generation. They need to step aside and let us run the country. They've done such a great job. But, so let's watch the video and then we'll get into it.
Cooperation and a string of
Okay, Mitch. Anything else you want to say? Or should I just go back to your press? Do you want to say anything else to the press? Okay.
Go ahead, John.
I'll take it. Let's go back to you.
Go ahead, John.
Wow, that's
partisan cooperation
a scary situation. So,
and
we'll watch it one more time real quick.
partisan cooperation and a string of
We see that kind of blank stare. We kind of see his mouth starting to droop on the side, and he completely just loses it. Like, he is no longer here.
Are you good? Mitch?
Okay, Mitch. Anything else you want to say? Or should I just go back to your press? Do you want to say anything else to the press? Okay.
Go ahead, John.
I'll take it. Let's go back to you.
Go ahead, John.
Wow. That's the first time I've seen the clip. Like, I obviously heard about it all through the day, but let's see what Fox has to say. This is live now from Fox. This was about a 2-minute clip.
With Senator McConnell just stopped speaking and then had to be pulled away from the podium. Let's show it to you.
we're on a path to finishing the NDA this week. It's been good bipartisan cooperation and a string of
Are you good? Mitch?
Okay, Mitch. Anything else you want to say? Or should I just go back to your press? Do you want to say anything else to the press? Okay.
Go ahead, John.
All right, so that was the moment right there, and we were learning there. And of course, we know that the longtime Kentucky senator had been recovering at home since he was released from a rehab center back in early part of this year. He fell after attending an event earlier in the year, injuring his head and fracturing a rib. But right now, we just don't know the circumstances regarding this, where he just started to pause and not take the question there that was asked of him, and then other senators coming to his aid and just wanting to make sure that he was okay. He did return later in the news conference to come back. This is when he came back right there and was able to field questions there. But we will wait and see for more guidance from his office there regarding this strange incident that just played.
I didn't see the return, so a little bit about Mitch McConnell. He's been called Moscow Mitch. Which is, if you drive through Kentucky, at one point there were a ton of billboards that said such. He's the Senate Republican leader, Mitch McConnell. He's a U.S. Senator for Kentucky, one of two. He has been a Republican his entire career, but also a rhino. So, yeah, he's been a force in politics for a long time, and realistically, it's probably about time that he should step away from it. So, Mitch McConnell freezes at Senate press conference and is briefly unable to speak. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell abruptly froze, unable to speak, at a Senate press conference Wednesday. A few minutes later, McConnell, who is 81, returned to the lectern and took a few more questions. An aide to the Kentucky Republican later said he felt lightheaded and stepped away for a moment. No, brother, you froze. Deer in the headlights. Complete freeze. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell abruptly froze and was briefly unable to speak at the Senate press conference Wednesday, prompting his colleagues to rush in and help him walk a few feet away from the cameras. The chilling moments came during the Senate GOP leadership weekly press conference in the Capitol, where McConnell, 81, was standing at a lectern when he fell silent. All of a sudden, fellow senators appeared quickly to realize what was happening to the Kentucky Republican, and within moments, Wyoming Senator John Barrasso and South Dakota's John Thune stepped in to support McConnell's elbows. Thune and Barrasso walked the GOP leader off to one side of the long marble hallway, but after a few minutes, McConnell returned to the lectern and finished the press conference. He dismissed reporters' questions about his health, however, and whether his brief inability to speak or move was related to concussion that the senator had suffered earlier this year. No, I'm fine, McConnell replied. NBC News' Frank Thorpe captured the incident on camera. So I want to see his return. So maybe this is it, since he said... no, that looks like... I don't have a good... That's just him walking away. So I don't have a good follow-up, but a Mitch McConnell aide later sought to play down the scary moment, telling NBC that the Republican senator merely felt lightheaded and stepped away for a moment. I don't buy that. The staffer noted how McConnell came back to handle Q&A, which, as everyone observed, was sharp. The incident, I gotta find it. Let's see if I can find it. Everybody only has him there. Yeah, everybody just has the lead up. So I'd be interested to know if McConnell was truly sharp when he came back, but the incident Wednesday occurred 4 months after McConnell suffered a serious fall at a Washington hotel that fractured his rib, in addition to giving him a concussion. 4 months is a long time for a concussion to still have an effect on you like that. After a week in the hospital, McConnell was released to rehab and spent the next month recuperating at home before he was able to return to the Senate in mid-April. It was unclear whether McConnell received any medical treatment after the Wednesday incident. Any significant change to McConnell's health would have potential major political implications for Congress and the White House. This is especially true given how narrow each party's margins are in the House and Senate. In the unfortunate event that McConnell were unable to lead the GOP caucus on a daily basis or cast in-person votes in the Capitol, there's no obvious successor waiting to take his place. The potential leadership vacuum was on stark display Wednesday when a reporter asked McConnell whether he had anybody in mind to replace you when you're no longer conference leader. McConnell did not respond. Instead, he just smiled and walked away. So that's, I mean, what is he supposed to say? Yeah, I'm going to replace myself with X, Y, and Z. I think that he will stay in office until he's removed. I mean, we see this kind of stuff with Fetterman. We see this kind of stuff with, our current commander in chief. There's no incentive for them to leave the office. They keep having the power. They keep drawing the paycheck, and they continue to do whatever it is that they need to do. There's no incentive or there's no punishment for them hanging on way too long. And realistically, all it does is hurt our country. And I understand that would give the Democrats in Congress yet more, where they could certainly take advantage of the political system. But this is about a man that very well should be just living out his final years and just, I mean, just really relaxing. He shouldn't be still coming to Congress every day. And you have to question the ability for these people to make choices and make laws that will impact our country for a long time. It's something that we really have to start thinking about, because this is not okay. This is not normal, and we need to do something. He should clone himself and put him back in office. Yeah, that might be possible. I mean, you even look at the stills. That doesn't look like a healthy man with all his faculties. I'm sorry. Just doesn't. So, this is a Washington Post article. It was a little bit, yeah, I mean, it doesn't, at some point we have to stop. It's more important that someone that has a long history of service, and we may not like him. I don't personally. I know a lot of you don't from talking to you and getting to know you. But at some point we have to value the man and his service over just hanging on for another couple years. Just one more election. Just one more election. Like it's not good. It's not good for our society. It's not good for our leaders. It's not good for our country. It's something that we need to seriously consider. Term limits or age limits or some kind of cognitive functioning test. Like this was never supposed to be the case, and here we are. We're staring at this, and it's not. So something that we should continue to do. We're exploiting these people because of their name. He's not making any decisions anymore. His team, the people behind him are writing the opinions and talking about him. This is just a figurehead, and we don't need 50 or 100 or 535 or 1,000. We don't need that many figureheads. We need actual people that are going to go there and fight for what they're supposed to get for their constituents. Not this. This is just a man way past his prime, way past his usefulness, and he should go chill somewhere. That's true, and we can't be going around excluding people just because they hit an arbitrary number. But then you get into competency, and then you get into so many things around it. So, yeah. I feel bad that they're continuing to put him up to this so that they can hold an arbitrary 50-50 split in the power of the Senate. Like, that seems ridiculous. It really does. It's asinine when you get down to it. I'm gonna try and bring up the mood just a teeny bit. We wish him the best, and hopefully he finds a way to retire from politics. So, yeah, smash that thumbs up, smash that like. Yep, there's got to be something. I don't feel bad for him after his prolonged life. That's true. That's very true. And I think now I don't see him stepping down at all, but I think this should be yet another good wake up call that it's time to step aside. So I found this and just thought this was incredible. So like I said, this is a short live stream. We're working on something in the background. We may be back again tonight, but enjoy this, and then I'm going to play the outros. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hope to see you guys again a little bit later. You have a great night.